Germany, land of beer, Bratwurst and Beethoven. Yes, really, this nation isn't just about Lederhosen and Oompa bands, though those are pretty great. Germany's story is a wild ride, full of emperors, wars, and enough drama to make a telenovela jealous. Buckle up, folks, because we're diving headfirst into the whirlwind that is German history. Our story begins in the shadowy mists of early medieval Europe, a time when legends walked the land and power was measured by the swing of a sword. At the center of it all was Charlemagne, arguably the most influential figure of his age. Picture a towering king, crowned in gold, ruling over a patchwork of tribes and territories. Charlemagne was the biggest, baddest dude in Europe, and his legacy would echo for centuries. But back then, there was no Germany as we know it today. Instead, the land was a wild mosaic of little kingdoms and duchies, each with its own customs, rulers, and dialects. What united them? A shared language, German, already famous for its tongue-twistingly long words, and a love for hearty food and strong drink. These early Germans were tough, resourceful, and fiercely proud of their local traditions. Fast forward a few centuries, and bam! The Holy Roman Empire emerges, sprawling across Central Europe like a patchwork quilt. It was a confusing tangle of states, cities, and principalities, all loosely tied together under a single emperor. Despite the grand name, the Holy Roman Empire was neither particularly holy nor very Roman, and to be honest, not much of an empire either. It was more like a family reunion where nobody could agree on anything, but everyone still showed up for the food. But out of this chaotic mix came something truly wonderful: the pretzel. Legend has it that monks invented these twisted treats as rewards for children who learned their prayers. Over time, pretzels became a symbol of good luck and German baking genius. So, while the empire may have been a mess, at least it gave us one of the world's most beloved snacks. And speaking of delicious carbs, let's not forget Oktoberfest. This world-famous festival is a celebration of all things Bavarian: beer, music, laughter, and, of course, mountains of pretzels and sausages. Every year, millions flock to Munich to raise a stein and join the party. But here's a fun fact. Despite its name, Oktoberfest actually kicks off in September. That's right. If you show up in October, you might just miss the best part of the party. Why the early start? It all began with a royal wedding in 1810, when King Ludwig I decided to throw a massive public celebration for his marriage. The party was such a hit that it became an annual tradition, moving earlier into September for better weather. Only in Germany could a wedding turn into the world's biggest beer bash. The 20th century was nothing short of a wild ride for Germany, a nation that experienced more dramatic twists and turns than most countries see in several lifetimes. From the bustling streets of Berlin at the dawn of the 1900s to the ruins and rebirths that would follow, Germany's story is one of resilience, reinvention, and at times, deep turmoil. Over the course of just a few decades, Germany endured two devastating world wars, saw its government and society upended by revolutions and dictatorships, and was literally split in two by a wall that became a symbol of global division. The scars of these conflicts ran deep, shaping not only the nation's borders, but also the lives and identities of millions of Germans. But don't worry, we're not here to bring you down. Even in the darkest times, the German spirit found ways to shine through. Whether it was gathering in beer gardens, sharing laughter with friends, or holding on to traditions, people found moments of joy and hope. So, as we explore this heavy history, we'll keep things light. Think of it as a history lesson with the refreshing spirit of a good German beer. The First World War was a catastrophe for Germany. Soldiers slogged through muddy trenches, cities were left in ruins, and the country faced harsh penalties in the aftermath. The Treaty of Versailles left many Germans feeling humiliated and resentful, setting the stage for even more upheaval in the years to come. The 1920s were marked by economic hardship, political instability, and a sense of uncertainty about the future. Into this chaos stepped Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party, promising to restore Germany's former glory. Their rise to power would plunge the world into another devastating conflict and leave an indelible mark on history. The consequences were catastrophic. Cities were reduced to rubble, millions lost their lives, and the world was forever changed. The Nuremberg trials sought justice, and as the war ended, Germans and the world alike were left to pick up the pieces and rebuild from the ashes. In the aftermath, Germany was split in two, East and West, divided not just by ideology, but by a concrete wall that cut through the heart of Berlin. This division became the most visible symbol of the Cold War, a tense standoff between superpowers that would last for decades. Yet, even in the shadow of the wall, the German people never lost hope for a brighter, united future. Throughout history, the German people have faced immense challenges, from the devastation of war to the pain of division. Yet, the German spirit is resilient, marked by an unwavering determination to rebuild, reconnect, and move forward together as one nation. In 1989, the world watched in awe as the Berlin Wall, a symbol of separation and oppression, finally fell. The crumbling of concrete and barbed wire marked the end of decades of division between East and West Germany. The fall of the wall reunited families, friends, and a nation long kept apart. It sparked celebrations not only in Germany, but across the globe, as people everywhere witnessed the triumph of hope over fear. It was a moment of pure, unfiltered joy. Tears, laughter, and embraces filled the streets of Berlin. For many, it was the first time in years they could see loved ones, and the city pulsed with a sense of newfound freedom. This historic event stands as a testament to the enduring human desire for freedom, unity, and the courage to overcome even the tallest barriers. Today, Germany has transformed itself into a modern powerhouse, with vibrant cities, a thriving economy, and a culture that embraces both tradition and innovation. As a leading voice in the European Union, Germany helps shape the future of Europe, championing cooperation, democracy, and shared prosperity among its neighbors. On the world stage, Germany stands as a global champion for peace, progress, and international collaboration, working with nations everywhere to build a better tomorrow. And of course, they've even, mostly forgiven us for our questionable taste in dance music, proving that laughter and good times are just as important as politics and progress. So, there you have it, a crash course through German history. We've laughed, we've cried, okay, maybe not cried, and we've learned that Germany's story is anything but boring. This was just a taste, a tiny pretzel bite of a much larger feast. Now it's your turn to explore the castles, the museums, the beer gardens. Oh, the beer gardens. Germany is waiting, and trust us, it's even better in person.